Hey everyone, what is going on? And yes, we got invited to regional, so it looks like I am going to be attending. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think I will be able to attend. But right now we're going up against battles against MattyFBaby, and you guys know him, but I will link his channel in the description down below. So if you want to go check him out, definitely go ahead and subscribe to him, follow him on Twitter, all that good stuff. If I do happen to battle you guys and feature you on the channel, I will always be linking you in the description down below, and I'll always be mentioning it. So you definitely want to go ahead and give him a follow because he's such a fantastic player. You definitely don't want to miss the opportunity to see all the awesome content that he creates. And yeah, well, also it looks like because we're going to GoFest, we're going to be doing a meetup. So if you want to come hang out with me, MattyFBaby, King, and Jimmy Banks and some other people want to hang out with us, I'll have more details on that when I know more about it. But yeah, definitely if you're interested in something like that, it's something that we're looking to do at GoFest. So it sounds like it would be fantastic. But anyway, we're doing battles against Matty. So yeah, right now just trying to lower his defense as much as possible on that Umbreon. I'm looking to be in a pretty good position at this point. I was a little bit too confident, probably a little bit too confident for my good. That's how bulky Umbreon is. He does have a shield. I do bring in that Hypno. Gonna get hit with Dark Pulse, so I was like, well, even if I got to this Focus Blast, it's not going to be enough. I mean, it would be enough, but he had a shield, so it wouldn't be enough because of that. But he hits us with a Dark Pulse, and we go for the Shadow Ball just because we knew we would force the shield at that point. But yeah, so we do take the shield, but he's able to beat us. So he actually does go ahead and take game one. So we had a lead. I felt like we kind of threw that game away. We probably could have won that, but that's okay. He does go ahead and take game one. So good game to Matty. All these are good games, by the way. Every game that I play, win or lose. I did upload every battle against Matty, I believe, except for one. There was one battle where I totally lagged out, and my Xatu, when it came out, the next thing I know, it was KO'd, so couldn't do anything. So that battle I didn't upload in this video, but every other battle that we had is here. So we went back and forth quite a bit. We had a lot of good battles. He won a few, I won a few, things like that. Definitely good battles. But anyway, have the Xatu against the Toxicroak right now. I am gonna go ahead and shield that. I was expecting Sludge Bomb. I wasn't worried about Mud Bomb. I wasn't even worried about Dynamic Punch, but I didn't know it was Dynamic Punch. I was thinking Sludge Bomb, but it was Dynamic Punch, so we do shield it regardless. He crunches. I'm going to go ahead and shield that so we can get the Aerial Ace. I feel like my biggest problem when it comes to the Nightmare Cup, well, besides not getting the 3 rings, right? Besides that, I feel like my biggest problem is taking a little bit too long to switch out. When they switch out into something, it usually takes me a couple seconds. I don't know, it's like my brain has to process what to switch into. I gotta get better at that, guys. So I definitely learned a lot against Matty in these battles, so I appreciate the battles, man. Can't wait to meet you at GoFest. I'm looking forward to it. So we get off a Sludge Bomb against his Xatu. Gonna do a lot of damage, and just trying to take him out with Toxicroak. We're not going to be able to because he gets that Aerial Ace to knock us out, and we're going to bring in a Alolan Muck, get off that Dark Pulse. It's going to be enough. We didn't need Dark Pulse. We could have knocked it out, but that's okay. Dark Pulse will knock it out. So we take game 2. So far it's 1-1. Definitely a fantastic game. Fantastic matches as well. Jump into another game against Matty. Of course, all these battles are against Matty. Yeah, so far I'm leaning towards my finalized team. We're looking at Shiftry, Xatu, Toxicroak, Hypno, Alolan Muck, and Alolan Raichu. That Shiftry is kind of debatable. I'm thinking of maybe swapping it out. I don't know. I like everything else. I do like that Razor Leaf. If you go with Acid Spray and Muck, Acid Spray that Pokemon, then Razor Leaf is going to do so much damage. It does so much damage to begin with. So I'm really liking this team. It's pretty solid. Pretty good team in my opinion. So if you have a tournament this weekend, or if I had a tournament this weekend, and mine will not be this weekend, but if it was, this would be the team I'm going with. But of course it could change. I could decide to change it around towards my tournament. I'm just doing this early for those that are looking forward to their tournament this weekend. Some of you had said you do have your tournament this weekend, so in the Nightmare Cup, it should start anew for the regional invites and whatnot. So definitely try your best, and hopefully you do well. Hopefully you win the tournament. And if you do win, come back, let me know, comment on my latest video, and let me know how you did and what team you used, because you guys know I'm always interested in hearing about it. But yeah, this was a pretty close game, I believe. We get off a Sludge Bomb. He's going to go ahead and block that. look to be in a decent position, but we bring out that Alolan Muck, and he's going to be able to get to those power-up punches way faster than I am able to get the Dark Pulse, unfortunately. We're trying to get the Dark Pulse, we're trying to click on it, but he gets to the power-up punch. You know, if we got to that Dark Pulse, it would have been enough, but he gets to the power-up punch before us, and he does take us out, so he wins that game. So another good game, another fantastic game. Picking up more Stardust. We played until my time. I think it was like 12:30 in the morning. We were just doing battle after battle. Had so much fun against Matty. So much fun. But this time using the Alolan Muck. He's using Chingling. Pretty interesting Pokemon. Another one I do want to try out in one of these videos. He's going to switch to Hitmonchan. I switch into my Toxicroak. He actually uses Ice Punch. I was expecting Power Up Punch. Perhaps I would have blocked that had I thought it was going to be Ice Punch, but that's okay. Or anything else other than Power Up Punch. He blocks he blocks that move. I'm going to go ahead and block this Power Up Punch because I knew I'd be able to take him out with counter, as we do, and just hoping to get that Mud Bomb off before his next Pokemon came in. I was unsure if I'd be able to do so. Unfortunately, not able to do so. So bringing in Alolan Muck, using a similar situation as you've seen me use before, Acid Spray to lower his defense. Of course, he's not going to block it, so we do lower his defense, which is always good because Umbreon is so bulky. So you're going to see Umbreon, I feel, a lot in this tournament. It's just such a tanky Pokemon. Going to use Dark Pulse now, hoping that he predicts Acid Spray, which is what happens. It still didn't do a lot because of how bulky it is, even though we lowered its defense and it resists Dark Pulse. So perhaps another Acid Spray would have been a better solution, I'm not sure, but either way we do go ahead and knock it out with the fast move, and we get an Acid Spray off on Chingling, which, you know, we could have used Dark Pulse, but again he had a shield, so I was trying to bait the shield. It wasn't really a bait because they charge up the same time, right? But it was just, at least we got his defense lowered, and then we get off a Dark Pulse, and we do go ahead and take that game against Matty. So good game, good game. Really fun games as well. I'm having a great time, loving battling different opponents. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into another game. Oh yeah, guys, let me know what your final team is looking to be. Are you going with a similar team? Are you using any different Pokemon? Definitely let me know, and let me know how you feel about this team. He's going to switch into Spiritomb. I switched, but again, you saw it took me a couple seconds to pull the switch. It shouldn't have taken that long. I should have switched as soon as I saw Spiritomb come in. But for some reason, it's taking me longer to switch than, you know, it has in like the Kingdom Cup and whatnot. I do need to improve in that. I need to be faster at switching in the Nightmare Cup. I don't know. But either way, looks like we're able to knock out Spiritomb, just knock it out before he gets off another charge move, which is good for us. We're going to go ahead and use Acid Spray on what comes in, which is going to be that Poliwrath, lowering its defense. You know, it doesn't have a huge amount of defense to begin with, but actually it's okay. I guess it's quite tanky, so I guess that's good to lower its defense. But we do have Raichu to come in, getting off Thunder Punch immediately. He switches right away, but this is still good for us because it's Xatu, so of course he's going to have to block it. So now he's down one shield, so we're going to go ahead and bluff the wild charge, getting off a Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch probably would have almost knocked it out. Maybe it would have knocked it out, I'm not sure. But we do go ahead and bluff that, so we don't have to use a wild charge, and we do get off the Thunder Punch now. Yeah, wouldn't have knocked it out because it didn't even knock it out there, but regardless, we knock it out with Spark. He brings in his Poliwrath. His defense is lowered. We get off a Thunder Punch, and this is definitely going to be enough to knock out Poliwrath, so we do go ahead and take that game. So another fantastic game. I'm really liking Alolan Raichu as well. If you look at my team, I have 3 Psychic types. You know, I have the Xatu, Hypno, and Alolan Raichu, but I mean, it's like you don't have to bring them all against in one battle, right? You know, so I guess it depends. But with this game, he begins with Claydol, so I have to switch immediately because we're going to be so weak to that. Right? We're going to be so weak to that Confusion user. So Claydol is another Pokemon we're going to be testing out within the next week or so. But getting off the Dark Pulse against his Hitmonchan because I didn't think he would block it, but he actually does go ahead and block it, so nice prediction on his end to block that Dark Pulse. I mean, granted, Hitmonchan resists Dark Pulse, so probably would have taken it out anyway, but it would have done a good amount of damage because Hitmonchan is not bulky. But he gets a Power Up Punch against my Xatu. We're not going to worry about it. We have Ominous Wind, which we're able to get off against Claydol, and this is going to be blocked. You know, it would have done a decent amount of damage. It wouldn't have taken it out. We're actually able to get to another Ominous Wind, and this is why I love Xatu, because of how fast it charges, right? And he does actually pull the switch into Umbreon, so we're going to switch into that Toxicroak, and let's see what he uses. He uses It's a Dark Pulse. Yeah, I was predicting a Dark move like Dark Pulse. I didn't think he would have enough time to get to Last Resort, so I wasn't really worried about Last Resort at that point. I do decide to block this, though, regardless of what it is. It is Dark Pulse, because that would have been able to take us out at that range, I believe. But yeah, we do go ahead and knock out his Umbreon, and we get off Sludge Bomb. That was a mistake. I should have used Mud Bomb. I just quickly tapped. I knew it was a Claydol in the back. It didn't matter at this point. I mean, even if, it didn't knock him out and he knocked out our Toxicroak, we had something in the back to knock it out, so it didn't matter. But it was still a mistake on my end, But either way, we do go ahead and take that win. So we're jumping into another battle, of course, beginning with Alolan Muck. He begins with Drapion. Drapion was another option I was debating about. But it's definitely a good Pokemon. I guess I could do Drapion and Muck if I decide to remove Shift Tree. I'm not sure, but this is the team I'm leaning towards. Loving this team every second of it. Getting off that Acid Spray, I think we only got one ring there, but it doesn't matter because Acid Spray is not going to do a whole lot, I guess. But bringing in Toxicroak at this point, he switches into his Xatu. Good switch on his end. We're gonna go ahead straight for the Sludge Bomb. Not gonna bluff anything. I guess I should have because he blocked. I didn't think he would block it, to be honest with you, but I guess he wanted to keep Xatu healthy. But yeah, good block on his end. So we're going to switch into Alolan Muck. Going to go ahead and block this one, and which is going to be Aerial Ace. That would have been enough to knock us out. He actually gets off his move before we're able to get off Acid Spray. You see why I love Xatu, right? So we get off Acid Spray, hoping to bluff the Dark Pulse, and it actually works. So now we're able to take out Xatu with just our fast move, which is going to be Poison Jab. So that's why Acid Spray definitely helped us out. Getting off Dark Pulse, not doing a lot to Lucario. He's going to knock out our Alolan Muck. Our final Pokemon is going to be Xatu. So I knew I'd be able to knock it out. At least I thought I would be able to knock it out before he got the Shadow Ball, but I decided not to risk it. I don't know, I felt like it would have been too risky for me. He gets off his Crunch. I'm like, can I survive? Can I survive? No, I can't survive. So maybe I should have chanced knocking out Lucario with the fast move. Hope he doesn't get the Shadow Ball, and then use my Aerial Ace and Drapion and win that way. I think I would have won because I don't think he could have gotten the Shadow Ball, but I was too nervous. Probably a mistake on my end, but that's okay. That's why we practice, because we want to learn, right? But anyway, he gets off his Stun Punch. We're going to go ahead and opt to block that because we can get off a Mud Bomb, which I knew would force the shield because I knew he knew Mud Bomb was coming. And yeah, so he goes ahead and switches into his own Toxicroak. I could have stayed in, I guess, but I decided to switch into Xatu. And we're not going to take anything from that. Mud Bomb. Knew it wasn't enough to get to Dynamic Punch, which is what he has instead of Sludge Bomb. And I knew Dynamic Punch wouldn't have knocked me out. He actually uses Dynamic Punch there, of course, doesn't knock me out. But it does more than Mud Bomb, I guess. Maybe it does, I don't know. I think, yeah, it definitely does. Getting off the Aerial Ace against the Alolan Eradicate, but our Xatu goes down fast. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Toxicroak. Going to hit it with a Mud Bomb. And not doing a lot of damage, but, we'll take all we can get, right? Knocking out that Alolan Eradicate. And he's going to bring in his Alolan Raichu. We actually immediately clicked that Mud Bomb, so it is going to be blocked. So we do take his last shield, which is good for us. I was hoping I could get to another one. Not the case. He would not let me get to another one. But at this point, it doesn't matter. We have Shift Tree, which resists all of Alolan Raichu's moves. We could have survived a Wild Charge and then knocked it out with Razor Leaf. We didn't need that shield, but we used the shield and we knocked out his Alolan Raichu. So we do go ahead and take that win. So really fun game. We're going to jump into another one. What a surprise, right? We have quite a bit of games in this video, longer than usual. Beginning with Toxicroak, as I said, he begins with Toxicroak as well. So just staying in, just seeing who can get the Mud Bomb first. I don't remember. Does he switch? Yeah, he does switch. So I don't click on that Mud Bomb. Actually, no, I do click on it. I was trying to switch. That's right, I was trying to switch. But no, I actually click on Mud Bomb. But he blocks. I wasn't even trying to bluff or anything for the Sludge Bomb. He actually blocks anyway, so that's good for us. But he gets off that Ominous Wind. We're going to go ahead and block that, and we're able to get to an Ominous Wind and hoping to steal his last shield, and I believe that's what happens. Yes, it does. So he's going to go ahead and get to his Ominous Wind. I thought about it for a couple seconds. I decided to block to keep my Xatu healthy, hoping to knock him out with just a fast move. Not going to happen. We're going to use that Ominous Wind because I was afraid he would be able to get off his Ominous Wind, so I decided not to chance it. But he brings in Drapion. We can't get to an aerial ace at that point. That's okay. I decided to bring in Toxic Rogue because Shift Tree would have been a bad decision to bring in against a Drapion, and he gets off Crunch, knocking me out. So now all we have is Shift Tree. So yeah, I felt like there wasn't really a whole lot I could have done. I mean, we resist. Not Sludge Bomb, but we do resist Crunch, we resist Aqua Tail. I don't think he has Aqua Tail on his Drapion. I think it's, Crunch and, I don't know, Crunch and I guess Sludge Bomb, which is what he used on me. But for this one, we begin with Alolan Raichu. He begins with Toxic Rogue. I feel like this is an even matchup because of that Mud Bomb, but we also have Thunder Punch, and we're able to get to it first. So we do go ahead and use that Thunder Punch, doing a good amount of damage. I'm going to go ahead and block this one because we don't want to get knocked out. So, yeah, I was hoping maybe Spuck could take it out, but I decided not to risk it. Maybe it could have, but I didn't want to use another shield or whatnot. But he uses a shield right there. I don't think it would have. I don't think Spuck would have knocked it out before he got to Mud Bomb. So because he used a shield, I'm going to go ahead and use my last shield and knock him out with Spuck. So, yeah, now we have energy ready to go. So hoping to get to Thunder Punch, and that's exactly what we're able to do. I don't think I could have made it to Wild Charge, so I just went for the Thunder Punch. Actually, I think, yeah, we could have made it to Wild Charge. I didn't think I'd be able to at that time, I guess, but we would have made it to Wild Charge, but that's okay. Didn't want to take the chance because of how squishy Alolan Raichu is, right? But anyway, using the Alolan Muck this time, and we're going to go ahead and try and bluff that Acid Spray because we wanted to steal his last shield. It's not going to happen, and we're able to not... Do we take... Yeah, we do take that. Yeah, I guess because of Alolan Muck, definitely tanky, so definitely can take that. So we do knock him out, and I'm going to go for the Acid Spray just to lower the defense of his last Pokemon. He has to block this, or so I thought. That's what I was thinking. I was like, he definitely has to block this because it could have been a Dark Pulse, but, you know, he doesn't block it, and he gets to his Ominous Wind before we do, and I'm like, can I survive this? Can I survive this? I don't know. We do survive it, and we take him out, so very close game. Very close game, and yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.